Okay, so that wraps up all of our material for Unit 1, which means we're going to spend most of our second hour today reviewing for the test, which hopefully nobody has any major objections to that. Let's take a look at some topics we have covered in the past, but may or may not still be fresh in your mind. For example, if I have something like this, what am I going to do? Sure. And of course, the command is just simplified. So yeah, we can combine our P's with our P's and our D's with our D's. So for P, what are we going to get? Yeah, we have 9P, and this is a negative 7P makes 2P. How about for the D's? 15D. Is that our answer? What's missing here? We have to have something that links them together. And since they're both positive, that's a positive 15D is what really matters. It's plus, like that. We might have something like this. I'm going to give you guys a second to try that one in your seat. See what you come up with. So we have to start out with the distributing. Negative 7 times negative 4x is positive 28x. Negative 7 times 8 is negative 56. Are we all done? No, we still have this negative 21 or minus 21 out there. And what are we going to do with it? Perfect. We combine it with the negative 56, which gives us negative 77. So it's 28x and minus 77, or we could have 28x plus a negative 77. Either one of those would be correct. Any questions on that one? Anybody need to see another example of that? Another example would be good? Let's try this one quick. So we'll start with negative 4 times 6x, which is 4x. Good. And then, yep, negative 4 times negative 3 gives us positive 12. Negative times negative is a positive. And with the minus 9. Then what? Not divide, but combine. So positive 12 and negative 9 make positive 3. So it's negative 24x plus 3 is positive 3. Excuse me. We might have something like this. I'll walk you through this one and then I'll give you an example. So here, obviously, we have the parentheses, so we're drawing our attention there first. Is there anything that needs to be done inside those parentheses? No. Is there anything that needs to be done to the parentheses? That's being multiplied, but not by 4, by... No. It's the negative 4. That's what the 11y out here is by itself. It's the negative 4 that's multiplying the parentheses. So I have to do negative 4 times 3y is negative 12y. Now before we hit the next step, what happens to this 11y out here? It just drops down. Nothing happens to it yet. So we still have the negative 4 here times the negative 2, which is positive 8. And then the positive 13 out here just drops down as well. Then what? We can combine. So 11y and negative 12y is negative 1y, or you could just put negative y if you wanted to. Then what? Plus 21. 8 and 13 combined to make 21. So either negative 1y plus 21 or just negative y plus 21. What do you think? Let's let you guys try one. Try that one in your seats. Okay, tell me what to do. So the 9z just stays where it is. We bring it down. Negative 8 times 4z is negative 32z. And then negative 8 times negative 11, positive 88. And then bring down the plus 3. Next, combine positive 9 and negative 32 would be negative 23z and plus 91. Cool. Questions? Okay. That's considered simplified right there. We can't go any further because this is z and this is just 1. So we can't combine them any further. What would we do with something like this? Well, it's just simple multiplication. We combine the counts. Negative 12 times negative 3 is positive 36. Then what? M times m is m squared. We're just combining the names. Not necessarily distributing, we're just combining the names. So one for you to try. Try that one quick. See what you come up with. So, tell me what to do. 7 times negative 8 is negative 56. Good. And q times q is q squared. Very good. Next, we might be given the command to evaluate and given something like this. For m equals negative 7. So what we're going to do, similar to what we were doing at the beginning, well, not similar, exactly what we were doing in the first hour, we're going to replace m with the value negative 7. So this becomes negative 7 squared minus 2 times a negative 7 plus 5. Now as we calculate this, if you're going to use your calculator, be very careful. What does negative 7 squared have to become? Positive 49. A negative squared, any number squared will be positive. Do not let your calculator try to tell you that that is a negative 49, because it is not. It's a positive 49. Then what? Negative, we're turning this into plus a negative 2. So we do negative 2 times negative 7 is a positive 14. And then 49 plus 14 is 63 plus 5 is 68. Any questions? Try this one in your notes. Walk me through it. So it's negative 3 squared minus 11 times negative 3 times 4. Okay, so now what do? Negative 3 squared is 9. And then it changes to plus a negative 11. So it can be negative 11 times negative 3, which is 33. And then, okay. 9 plus 33, 42, and minus 4, 38. Any questions on those? Anybody afraid of those? Good deal. Also, under the evaluate heading, we might run into something like this. Tell me what to do. Well, it's going to become D is going to be negative 18. We've got to replace the values first, right? Plus P is... Now you notice how I am putting these negative numbers in parentheses at times. Just you can use the parentheses around the negatives however you see fit. Just make sure you know that that's a negative 3 and not minus 3. Same here with this next one. This is going to be 5, in the parentheses, going to be 5 times m, but m is negative 7. That's one where I'm very sure to put the negative 7 in parentheses, so I know it's 5 times negative 7 and not 5 minus 7. Minus q is negative 3. So again, I put it in parentheses, so I remember to do that when I put it in my calculator if I do it. And then the plus 9 is just sitting there. So now we are going to start in the parentheses. This set, not the one that I put in around the negative 3. And what do I do first in there? I'm going to do the negative 3 squared, which is 9. Now I can do the 5 times negative 7, which will be negative 35. And then negative 35 minus 9. We'll change it into a negative 35 plus a negative 9. It's going to be a negative 44. Plus 9 is back to negative 35. So now I don't need these parentheses anymore. What? I was waiting for that. So I had the negative 34 minus, or negative 35 minus 9 gave us, or plus a negative 9 gave us the negative 44, right? Yeah. So I have negative 44 plus 9 again, puts us back to negative 35. So now we have the negative 3 times negative 35, which will be a positive 105. So negative 18 plus 105 is 87. Questions here? Let's let you try one just for fun. So try that one quick. So let's start by putting the numbers in. What's this going to become? 17 plus 5 7 times -3 minus 5 squared plus 3. Okay. So now, what do we do first? Perfect. In the parentheses, we do 5 squared first, which is going to be 25. Now, there's this minus in front of it. Does that have to go away? No, we were subtracting 5 squared. So the 5 squared happens first to get the 25, and then the subtraction is still in front of it. Then what? 7 times negative, is that supposed to be negative? Yeah, times -3 is -21. And then -21 minus 25 is -21 plus a -25, or -46. And then -46 plus 3 is -43. Then we have 5 times -43. So I'll slow down for a second. Let's need some time. Everybody caught up? Okay, I'll give you a second. So we combine the -46 and 3 to get -43. -46, +3 makes -43. And now we have the 5 times what's in the parentheses. So 5 times -43 will be a -215. So +17 plus a -215 is -198. Very good. Any questions? There will also be problems like the opener, the problems we had at the beginning of class today with the solving equations with the negatives in them. Is there anybody that's struggling with those and wants to see another example or two of those? We're good with them? Perfect. So then we're going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about translating words into numbers. For example, we might have 9 less than 7 times a number. How would we put that into symbols? Well, 9 less than means what? Minus what? Minus 9. 9 less than means 9 is being subtracted from something. So subtracting 9 from 7 times the number. So 7x, 7n, 7y, 7p, however you want to put it. 7x minus 9. Eight times the number increased by 11. Where do we start? Okay, 8 times the number is 8x increased by 11 plus 11. There we go. This one here, 5 times the sum of a number and 9. Now when they're written out in words like this, I like to circle the numbers. 5 times the sum, 5 and 9 are my numbers. So it's 5 times the sum of a number and 9. So it's 5 times something. But what's it times? The sum, which means we're doing some addition first, so the addition has to be in the parentheses. What goes in the parentheses? X plus 9, because it's sum, so that means it's addition. X plus 9. Seven times the difference of a number and 4. Again, I like to just circle the numbers if they're written out in words and replace them, so just when I see them as numbers, for some reason it's more obvious to me what to do. So this time, what is it? Seven times something. 7 times what? The difference. So again, that means something's going in parentheses, because the difference means we've done the subtraction first. And yes, x minus 4. Do this one in your notes quick. 5 times the number decreased by 9. So what does it give us? 5x minus 9. Cool. Like I said before, that is one of the most difficult things to do. One of the most difficult tasks in math is to take words and put them into symbols and numbers. Well, because this is college level math class, there are going to be a number of word problems. For example, you might have a jar of vegetables holds 12 ounces. If, oops, what's going there? If the box that holds the jars weighs 16 ounces, how heavy is a box containing 8 jars? We don't necessarily have to write out an equation here. We can just go ahead and use the numbers. But what do we have to account for here? The weight of the jar. We have 8 jars, and how much is each jar? 12 ounces. So we're going to have 8 times 12, which is 96. Is that it? Are we all done? No. What else do we have? Plus 16, because we have the weight of the box, 16 ounces. So 96 plus 16 is 112 ounces. If a clerk takes 14 minutes to process a claim, How many claims can be processed in 294 minutes? What are we going to do here? Divide what? 294 divided by 14 would be 21. So it would be 21 claims. Okay, let's say you buy $847 feet of lumber at $3 per foot. How much does it cost? What are we going to do here? 847 what? Times 3, okay? $2,541. Let's see. Let's say you can buy, you can purchase an appliance for $492, or you can pay I gotta make sure I get this right. $21 a month for 24 months with $32 down. How much cheaper is it to pay cash? Tell me what to do. 21 times 24, which is 504, and then plus 32 is 536, okay? Subtract 492. $44 cheaper. Let's say you pack an 18-inch frame into a, what up here, 24-inch box. How much clearance is on each end? This is when it might be helpful to draw a picture. So here's our box. The box is 24 inches. We're packing a frame. Doesn't really tell us what type of frame, so all we know is it's some sort of frame in here. And the frame is 18 inches. We're going to assume that it's centered. How much would be left on each end? 3. Where does that come from? So you got 24 minus 18 is 6. That's split into 2 ends, so 3 inches per end. Sure. So if a rectangle has a perimeter of 54 inches and the width is 11 inches, what is the length? Well, this one, if you think about it, how do you find the perimeter of a rectangle? That would be area. You're going to add them all up. We know that there's 11 inches here and 11 here. We're looking for that one. But we know they add up. 11 plus 11 plus x has to add up to 54. So we get perimeter. So 11 and 11 make 22. X and x make 2x equals 54. Now from there, you subtract the 22. 2x makes 32, and then divide by 2. X equals 16. Now, just like any other problem, we're using an equation here, but just like any problem with an equation, we can put that back in. If we put 16 here, does this work? Well, 11 plus 16 is 27, plus another 11 is 38, plus 16 is 54. That is what we wanted. It's 54 inches for a perimeter. So that works. It makes that problem true. Any questions? Okay. So there are, there's going to be a few other word problems on there, but hopefully we can figure those out as we go. So be prepared. There's also going to be, I didn't go over it in the review here, but there's also going to be order of operations. But we did quite a few of those in the first hour of the class today as well, so I didn't think we needed to review those tonight. There will be, actually there is, it should already be open, a new quiz that is due tomorrow, Wednesday, at 11:59 p.m. And there is still a new homework that is due Thursday at class time. And then, of course, Thursday is the Unit 1 test. Make sure you've done all the quizzes up to this point. I think this will be the third one. Is that right? Yeah, this will be the third quiz. So make sure you have them all done. If you don't have them all done, get in touch with me and we'll figure out some way for you to make them up. We're moving along. You guys have a great night. We'll see you on Thursday. I do have, for those of you in Rice Lake here, I do have the computer lab down the hall open if you want to work on your quiz or your homework for a while. I will be down there to help you.